Okay, so something completely unexpected happened. Alchemy rebalancing for July 18th. And here it is, finally. The thing I was asking for, and probably a lot of you guys, right? For a very, very long time, right? Crucius, Titan of Waves, is now a 3-1 from a 3-3. I don't believe there's anything else that's changed, right? Right. So yeah, this Fable ban is only active in Alchemy, not in Historic. So the only thing that's changed about Historic right now is the Crucius nerf. And this is actually going to change a lot, right? The Historic. So now, Crucius, as you can see here, now Crucius will be exposed to cheap removal spells such as Cut Down. Cut Down is a card that's a 1-mana spell. It sees fringe play in Historic, but it might actually see more plays because it removes Crucius. Well, until you see less Crucius in the format, right? But this also makes Fatal Push a lot worse in the format because of no Crucius revolting with Treasure. And again here, Play with Fire, being removed by Play with Fire is pretty important as well, especially the Wizard deck. I do feel like Wizard deck is actually a top tier deck, like top tier deck at the moment. It's just not a lot of people play it because it is a tempo deck at the same time, aggro deck at the same time, especially in best of 3. Best of 3 is more of a tempo deck than an aggro deck, but it can definitely work as an aggro deck as well. So this is pretty important, right? Being killed by Play with Fire. Since I do imagine, right, in best of 1, you see more Wizard decks. So I believe what's going to happen with Crucius, right, now that it's a 3-1, is that there's going to be a gradual shift. I don't think it's going to happen immediately. I think people are still going to play Crucius because even as a 3-mana 3-1, it's technically not a bad card, but it does actually make it awkward in this current meta, considering that Orcish Bowmaster is one of the most played cards in the format. Considering that it only has 1 toughness means that it does die to Orcish Bowmaster. And I think Wizard of the Coast did this on purpose, right? So that everybody keeps buying the Lord of the Rings set, craft more wild cards on the Orcish Bowmaster. I mean, if you haven't already, I think Orcish Bowmaster is just going to be a staple in this format. It's already seeing tons of play in Modern too, so you're going to expect a lot of Orcish Master from now on if you still haven't seen Orcish Bowmaster yet. But this change is incredible, right? Especially in best of 1 where more Wizard decks see play. You see more Wizard decks, right? So Play with Fire, dying to Play with Fire is really, really insane. This also actually makes Ninja decks a lot better because of 1/1s. They have plethora of 1/1s in their deck. So this not being able to block anything is kind of insane. I think what will happen is gradually people will experience playing Crucius and then getting killed by Orcish Bowmaster on the turn it gets played, which is an incredible tempo loss. So I think what will happen is people will take out Crucius for Fable of the Mirror Breakers, and that will actually make other decks a lot more competitive. I know a lot of people are like saying that, oh, Crucius only gets killed by Bowmaster, hence the answer to Rakdos is another Rakdos deck, but I don't think that's actually the case. I think the meta will kind of shift away from playing Crucius in a Rakdos mid-range shell, which means that they'll play Fable more than Crucius, or just not Crucius at all, and which will make other decks better because the consistency of a Rakdos mid-range goes down, which makes other decks more powerful, right? So I think that's what will happen, but I think Crucius will still see fringe play in like combo decks that really just want to tutor for something. Like, for example, I don't know, like I'm just giving it an example here, like a Reanimator deck, for example, Greasefang decks, for example. They really want the Parhelion in their hand so that you can discard it later. So those kind of decks probably still want to play this. despite the tempo loss, because even if you lose a tempo, as long as you get the combo down, you win the game. So I think it'll still see play in those kind of decks, but I think they will move around. Rakdos midrange will eventually or gradually move away from playing the Crucias and start playing Fable. And of course, there's no ban for the One Ring here, just because it's the new set. They're not going to ban or balance a card that has just released. Like, just think about how long it took for Crucias to get nerfed, right? And the card, I think, is still good. It just won't see in Rakdos midrange, I think. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the nerf. I think this is a fine nerf. Because if this got nerfed to 3-2, it'll still be Rakdos midrange meta, right? So this is a good nerf. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. And if you did, leave a like, comment below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.